Jungle.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Sniper friends, welcome back to Football Gupshup, Football Manager 24, Season 24-25 with Manchester United. So please do subscribe to the channel, press the like button as well, and let's begin today's episode. So guys, as you can see, we told you in the previous episode that we were going to sign some players and we're going to play some games as well. Now the problem with the signings was that we were trying to get rid of some players, as well as we were trying to get a left back, and that was Elfie Doughty. And apparently we have got him. So Elfie Doughty is with Manchester United. We have made some signings as well. It's a surprise signing and it's none other than a player which you will really like. But before we do that, we also had some problems with injuries, so we're going to have a quick look at that as well. And we had some friendlies introduced because what I saw was, in terms of tactics, our team wasn't apparently performing to the formation that we have apparently chosen, as well as the way we want to play. So for that reason, I kind of basically asked to play a little bit more friendlies in between those competitive games. So as you can see, we lost against Manchester City in Community Shield. I mean, that was not the game that we played. We started with the Crystal Palace game, we lost that game, and then we had a friendly with Sturm Graz and we lost that game. Then we had a friendly with Al Hilal, which apparently we won. It was a narrow win with 1-0. And looking at the stats, you can see we had 17 shots in comparative to their 7, 9 shots on target, 2.79. So a little bit better in terms of taking number of shots. And then as you can look at the possession, it was equal. And looking at the team that we had to play, it was Xerxes, Garnacho, Anthony, Lacey, Eriksson, Rowe. So plenty of players missing over there. We really had a lot of problem with those injuries. Now looking at Al Hilal, you can see Mitrovic, Neymar, Leonardo, Malcolm, Neves, Koulibaly, Cancelo, so many good players playing for Al Hilal, and I'm really glad that we were able to get that important win. Now going back to Manchester United, as you can see, Xerxes is injured. As you can see, he was injured in the 7th minute. And I mean, Rasmus Højlund is injured, so we haven't got any striker, so we had to play this game with Rashford. So in that case, we went into the market and see if we could get a little bit cheaper alternative in terms of if Xerxes is injured, if Højlund is injured, then we can make that player play. And it also depends on the availability. So we went in for a player, and I'm just going to show you who we're going to target. So before we do that, we're going to have a quick look at the injury list, and then from there we'll go and have a look at the transfers, and then later we're going to play this next game. So right now, as you can see, we are going to have a look at our injury list. Right, as you can see on your screen, we have got this injury list, and apparently it shows everything that is apparently wrong with this team right now. Xerxes is injured, and I mean, he's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. And if you look right at the bottom, it is Rasmus Højlund, who's apparently currently in the rehabilitation phase of his recovery. I mean, he's expected to be back in 1 week. Maybe we won't be able to get straight back in, and it will take around 2 weeks. So I didn't have strikers, so for that reason we went into the market and tried to see if we can get a player who could basically help us in that regard. And that is what we're going to go next into transfers. Harry Maguire is apparently being right now looking to move, and he is, I think, I mean, the deal that we've got for Harry Maguire is quite interesting. And if we look at the bid that we have got for him is right over here. Apparently Tottenham have made a bid of 28 million plus, so that has been expected. Now Harry Maguire is expected to make his contract decision imminently, so apparently he will make his decision and we might see him leaving the club, so which is a good news. And will we go for a centre back? I will have a look at it, but once we're going to go through the midfield, because in midfield we are lacking quite a lot. We haven't got those many players because we have made a sale of another player which wasn't wanted by United fans in real life, and that is what we have done. So the player that we have sold for a huge money, and I was very surprised by the club which came in, which was PSG, and they came in and signed Casemiro for 88 million, which was quite huge. I mean, they came in with a 69 million bid, which I kind of refused and asked for a little bit more. I went in for 100 mil, and then they started to increase their offer, and finally they agreed on 88 million. And it's quite surprising to get 88 million for Casemiro, which was really good. So we managed to sell him, and the other player which we have managed to get is none other than Nico Williams, which is quite a purchase because he is really a good player. And as you know that he is a transfer target for Barcelona in real life, and this season everybody thought that he might move to Barcelona, but Barcelona had some financial issues and they weren't able to get Dani Olmo, and then they had a problem once they got Olmo. They weren't able to register him for La Liga, and then they got him registered a little bit later in the season. So they are having some financial issues. So I looked upon Nico Williams, and if you look at his statistics, it's really impressive. I mean, acceleration, agility, then you look at his pace, his strength is unbelievable, 14. The way he played in Euros was really sensational. Looking at his technique, 15. 13 in bravery, determination, 17. So his character was the main thing. And finally, we have got him for Manchester United. So now we are basically in an ease of mind, because if somebody comes in with the offer for Anthony or let's say Rashford, we could make that decision and sell one of those two, and that is what we are thinking. So if somebody comes in for them, we can sell them. And remember that Amad Diallo will be coming back from injury, so we have that option. So anyway, Nico Williams is the new winger signing for Manchester United, and then we apparently signed Doughty as well. Now we have done another good thing as well, which is basically I was looking for somebody who could play as a right back and who could play basically as a winger as well, and I kind of found that person, and for that reason we have apparently went in and made a bid for Frimpong for 43 million, and I think that this is going to be a really good buy, and that is what we're going to do. Because remember, once Malacia comes back, once Luke Shaw comes back, we're going to look and try to sell those two, because they're always injured and it doesn't help basically in the season, because when important matches do come up and you don't have a fit left back or even a fit defender, it really becomes an issue. So we're going to try to sell them maybe in January or maybe next summer. So let's see what we'll do with those two. Remember, Sir Alex Ferguson, his basically philosophy was you need to get players who are fit enough to play the game rather than who are very talented, because if you haven't got fit players, then how are you going to play the game? So for this reason, we're going to try and sell Luke Shaw and Malacia once they come back, and in the meanwhile we've signed Doughty, as well as we'll have Dalot, who could play in that left back position. So we're pretty much covered in that perspective. Now if we do sell Harry Maguire, then we might go in for a centre back. We'll have a look and see how much money have we got, and by the looking of the budget that we have, 146 is not bad budget. We have got a good payroll as well, so it's kind of a good situation that we are finding ourselves in. So we have signed, we have apparently made a bid, and I think Nonto is being offered the contract. That is the person that we're looking for. He can basically play anywhere in those front four positions. He plays for Leeds United, and when you look at his stats, he's so good. And right now we made a bid, we have offered him a contract, so his signing will be coming in. Acceleration 16, pace 15, you can see his dribbling 16, pretty good in terms of taking on players, as well as he can play in that striker position. So if Højlund is not fit, if Zirkzee is not fit, then he can play in that striker position and he can make things do, and we don't have to rely that much on Rashford, because Rashford will play some games alongside Nico Williams, Garnacho. So that is what we're looking at. So finally we will get a good striker. And for me, personally, when I'm looking at Zirkzee, I haven't been that much convinced by him. So it might not be a surprise if I get him to move maybe next season, maybe in January, because I'm not that much convinced by him. He hasn't been that good enough. So let's see, we'll give him some games and see if he brings up some good, but at 23 years of age, he should have been able to provide a little bit more. And I think Højlund will start most of the games alongside Nonto, so that is what I'm looking at. Let's see how will he do, but if he doesn't do good, then we might sell him and then get somebody else in his position. So anyway, these are what we have for transfers. I'm going to come back to the midfield issue a little bit later. What we're going to do is we're going to go forward and see if we can get this Wolves game ahead. Now we got some offer from Sam Mather, we're going to accept it. Many clubs coming in for him. Right, we're waiting for this Wolves game, and finally we do hope so that we manage to win this game, because we know we need those important 3 points. And let's see, United are in 16th position with that loss. United need to get those important 3 points, and let's see if they will be able to. Wolves are in 17th, so let's go to this game and see if we can win this match. That is what we're going to do. Right, the game is coming up. I think it's the other games which are being played right now. And right, these are the players that we went basically we wanted to scout, and we will come back and have a look at them a little bit later. So we were looking at some midfielders and some other players as well, so we'll have a look at them a little bit later. What we're going to do is right now we are going to go straight away into that game and see if we can win this one. Manchester United against Wolves. So Tottenham winning against Chelsea, Aston Villa losing against Arsenal, Brentford, Everton 1-1, Liverpool, West Ham United 3-1, Manchester City against Southampton 3-0, Brighton against Bournemouth losing 1-2, Manchester United against Wolves, which is next. We're going to go for the team selection, and let's see what can we do. This is going to make things quite interesting. Right, Zirkzee is injured, so we haven't got a fit striker. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Rashford in that position. So Zirkzee is going to miss out on that one. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Doughty, and we're going to give him his debut. And the low is right here. Is there someone who we wouldn't want to play in? Kukoni is apparently defender. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Delo in his place. He helped out us in the last game. Anyway, hopefully Højlund will be able to come back, but we're not going to risk him for this game. And looking at the players that we are currently right now, Eriksen is apparently playing with Rowe, but we're going to make that change, and we're going to bring in someone like Ugarte, and Ugarte will come in over there. Then we are going to make another change. We're not going to bring in Maguire because he's getting his move to Tottenham, so we're not going to risk him. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring in De Ligt instead of Lindelof, and we're going to bring in Lisandro Martinez instead of Johnny Evans. Remember, we got Mazraoui playing as a right back, so we are pretty much covered in that position. Now I have a choice here. We're going to put Nico Williams here because remember, Bruno Fernandes is going to come instead of Lacey, and Garnacho is going to go onto the bench. We're going to start with Anthony because we do need some help, so we're going to go with that one. And hopefully, remember guys, if you look at the substitutions, we haven't got that many options in terms of attacking, so that is why we're bringing in Nonto in, and that is the reason I went in for Williams, because Amad Diallo is injured. So if you would have gotten Amad Diallo, it would have been different. Now Zirkzee is injured as well, so not that much options left when you talk about in terms of going offensive. So this is what we have. We're going to go in towards the instructions for the oppositions. We're going to ask them to press these front three as well as those left back at the right back positions. We're going to ask them to press against Gomez as well as Andre. I know the players are going to get tired, but that is what we're going to do. And we're also going to ask them to press against over here. In terms of tackling, we're going to go for these options. And right, Now what we're going to do is we're going to go for tight marking for Sarabia, and we're going to go for him as well. So that is what we have got. We're going to submit this team. A squad number will be given to Nico Williams, and we can go and give him 25. That's okay by me. We're going to do the numbers all over again before the registration, before the season start. We're going to do that a little bit later. Anyway, we're going to go to the match and we're going to process it. So let's see if we can get those pre-match interview. Is good. Right. So this is the team that we have got. 4-2-3-1, and we're going to go with this one. We haven't got those many options on the bench, but anyway, we are going to go into this. The match has kicked off. Let's see if we can win this game. Now Ugarte with the tackle over there. We need midfielders. I mean, we haven't got any midfielders. I mean, Eriksson and Ugarte playing together. No more Casemiro, and Kobe Mainu is injured. We need to get Kobe Mainu as well. And Bruno Fernandes, what a goal that is, first goal. And Nico Williams is the one who gets his name on the assist sheet. What a brilliant goal that is from United. Comes in from the wing. Doughty passing into Williams. New two men helping out their captain. Bruno Fernandes scoring from inside the box. And that's really brilliant. Really good goal. And into 10th position we are on the table, as you can see, right between Chelsea and Southampton. A corner kick coming in from Bruno Fernandes. Eriksson Bruno takes a short deflection. Andre Sarabia comes in, and there is a foul being made. United need to be careful. And Sarabia once again with a corner kick. Brilliantly defended, and right now United need to do better. Can United do better? We'll have a look. And Cunha is not having a good game. He's not looking good. We're gonna try to raise the morale of our players. We're gonna praise them a little bit, see if they can come good. There's a chance. Was it Sarabia? It looks like it was Sarabia, but anyway, United need to deal with this corner. Hichan, and he misses it, but there'll be another corner kick. So how many corner kicks have they had? About 2 corner kicks. For us it's been 3. In terms of number of shots, I think we had equal number of shots, but in terms of how much did it resulted in a good scoring chances, ooh, that was really good. Right now half an hour has gone, 15 minutes remaining. Ugarte, Martinez, Doughty. United are playing with very good flow over here. Hopefully they can get something. Once again, Doughty on the ball, goes for a shot, it goes wide. Chance wasted. We're gonna go and put this in positive mentality. We don't want to steam run our players. Doughty once again with a corner kick. Receives it. Another corner kick coming in. So how many corners? Around 5. Martinez, Doughty, cross comes in, kept out, another corner kick coming in. Cross comes in straight into Jose Sa. So 7 corners for United, 3 corners for Wolves. 62% possession for United, which is quite good. I mean, 9 shots is really good performance by these players. So they are kind of getting the groove. They are getting into the good form. And we're gonna make sure that they don't get complacent out there. So that is what our job is going to be. Martinez is already on a yellow card. I will be looking at this change. Rashford, he should have scored that one, and I can't believe what has he done over there. He should have scored that goal. And once again, misplaced pass. Eriksson trying to cover it. Right now Rashford running with the ball. Bruno, Ugarte, Doughty, Eriksson, Ugarte with the shot. Now that was quite ambitious. 49 minutes in, Nico Williams is getting down, so is Anthony. Eriksson as well. We need to look at those changes. Bruno Fernandes with the corner kick coming in. Doughty. And once again, another chance goes begging. 13 shots by United, only 1 goal so far. United should have scored another one. I mean, if Wolves scored an equalizer, I mean, will be pretty bad. Bruno once again. We're going to go a little bit very attacking. Let's see if we can push this forward. Let's see if we can get something over here. We're going to demand a little bit more from our players. And I think Nico Williams is done. We're going to go and make some substitutions. Right, Nico Williams I think is done. We're going to bring in Garnacho instead of him. Eriksen is done as well. What we can do is we can bring in, looking at Bruno, he can carry on. Let me have a look. So we got Lenny Euro. Looking at our right back position and left back, they are playing quite good. So I mean, Delo can play as the right winger, and Eriksen is losing his energy as well, so we can bring Delo playing over in that position. Now looking at the midfield position, that is where we need some players. Now what we can do is we can bring in Rowe and put him in this position, and then let's see if that is enough. We got 3 substitutions already, and should we put in, I wouldn't want to lose Martinez. I'm going to bring in Lindelof because I wouldn't want to go down to 10 men. So 4 changes being made. Let's see if this is going to affect. Doughty is going to bring in Lenny Euro. Right, 80 minutes are up. We're going to go back to positive. Right, 7 minutes added time. Wolves have got the ball. United need to be careful. Can United get this win? They should be able to. That was a close call. United right now with the counter attack, and they go forward. Bruno, and that was a very good chance. I mean, 20 shots and just 1 goal. I mean, it's almost like United are in the real life in this game. But anyway, we get that important win, 1-0. So United have got this important win. What does it mean? It means is that we are doing quite good. Right, quite happy. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you would have loved today's episode, and I'm sure that you guys would want to tune in for the next one. So please do subscribe. Please do drop a like as well, and hopefully in the next one we'll have a look at some of the midfielders, because remember, we are very much short in that department. So we need to have a look in that department. We need to get those midfielders. So let's see who we will choose. We got some money in the bank, and hopefully Maguire does leaves the club. So finally in the next episode we'll have something to show you. So once again, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a nice one. Take care. Bye bye.
Audio